kids, welcome back to Celebrate Wonder. We're continuing our conversation today about the people who shaped our belief in God. Abraham and Sarah was where we began. And if you remember, Abraham trusted God, and he and Sarah, his wife, left their home and family and traveled a great distance to the place where God told them to go. They had faith in God, they trusted God, they followed God. And if you also remember, Abraham and Sarah were very, very old and did not have a child of their own. And Sarah had her son Isaac when she was 90 and Abraham was 100. And the meaning of Isaac is joy. His name means joy because Sarah was so happy when she had Isaac. If you also remember, God gave a blessing to Abraham. He said, I'm going to bless you so you can be a blessing to others. Now, remember that because that's going to be important in our story today. So, Isaac grew up and he married Rebekah. And Isaac prayed to God because, again, they didn't have a baby. And Rebekah was 60 years old when she had twins. The first child was a boy named Esau. And he was red and hairy, and he liked to hunt, and he liked to fish, and he liked to hang out with his father. And the second boy was born holding on to Esau's heel, and his name was Jacob. And the meaning of Jacob is heel grabber. And that's kind of a funny name, but it really fits Jacob. So when you grab somebody's heel, if they're running or walking, if you grab their heel, you kind of trip them up, don't you? Well, last week we heard about Jacob tripping up Esau when Esau was very, very hungry, and Jacob wanted to trade a bowl of soup for Esau's birthright. Now, a birthright is generally given to the oldest boy in the family in Jewish tradition, and it means having power and becoming the leader of the family and getting all of the family property. Well, Esau was hungry. He didn't see any reason to have a birthright at this point, so he traded his birthright to Jacob. Was that a good choice? No. But again, Jacob kind of tricked him. So today we're going to hear about the heel grabber tricking his brother and his father. So Isaac was pretty old and his eyesight was failing, and Rebekah and Jacob made a devious plan to rob Esau of his blessing. And remember when we talked about God's blessing to Abraham, that he would have as many descendants as the stars in the sky or grains of sand on the beach, and he would be a blessing to others. So Jacob is trying to steal that blessing from his brother. So let's hear what happens. Here's our storybook Bible. Can you see that? Jacob's old, or Isaac's old, and he is actually in talking to Jacob. And Jacob is wearing something funny. Let's find out more. Jacob and Esau got older. Isaac and Rebekah got even older. Isaac thought, I'm an old man. It's time to give my blessing to Esau. Esau, please hunt and make my favorite food. Then I will give you my blessing, Isaac instructed Esau. So Esau left in search of food. Rebekah heard Isaac. She wanted Jacob to have the blessing. She helped Jacob dress in a disguise so Isaac would believe that Jacob was Esau. Rebekah made Isaac's favorite stew and gave it to Jacob to take to Isaac. Jacob went into Isaac's tent. Who are you? Isaac asked. It's me, Esau, said Jacob. Here is your favorite food. Isaac ate his food and then prayed a blessing over Jacob. Esau returned to Isaac only to discover that Isaac had given the blessing to Jacob. Esau was very angry. So let's listen to the story, and it's going to be a little long today in our Deep Blue Bible. Are we ready? When Isaac had grown and his eyesight was failing, he summoned his older son Esau and said to him, My son? And Esau said, I'm here. He said, I'm old and I don't know when I will die. So now take your hunting gear and your bow and quiver of arrows out to the field and hunt game for me. Make me the delicious food that I love and bring it to me so I can eat. Then I can bless you before I die. Rebekah was listening when Isaac spoke to his son Esau. When Esau went out to the field to hunt game to bring back, Rebekah said to Jacob, I just heard your father say to your brother Esau, bring me some game and make me some delicious food so I can eat. And I will bless you in the Lord's presence before I die. Now, my son, listen to me and do what I tell you to do. Go to the flock and get me 2 healthy young goats so I can make some delicious food that your father loves. You can bring it to your father. He will eat and he will bless you before he dies. Jacob said to his mother Rebekah, My brother Esau is a hairy man, but I have smooth skin. What if my father touches me and thinks I'm making fun of him? I will be cursed instead of blessed. His mom said to him, Your curse will be on me, my son. Just listen to me. Go and get them for me. So he went and got the goats and brought them to his mother, and his mother made the delicious food that his father loved. Rebekah took her older son Esau's favorite clothes that were in the house, and she put them on Jacob. On his arms and smooth neck, she put some goat skin, and the delicious food and bread she'd made, she handed to Jacob and put it into his hands. Jacob went to his father and said, My father? And he said, I'm here. Who are you, my son? Jacob said to his father, I'm Esau, your oldest son, and I've made you what you asked. Sit up and eat some of the game so you can bless me. Isaac quickly said to his son, How could you get this game and cook so quickly, my son? He said, The Lord your God led me right to it. Isaac said to Jacob, Come here and let me touch you, my son. Are you my son Esau or not? So Jacob approached his father Isaac, and Isaac touched him and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the arms are Esau's arms. Isaac didn't recognize him because his arms were so hairy, like Esau's arms, so he blessed him. Isaac said, "Are you really my son, Esau?" And he said, "I am." Isaac said, "Bring some food here and let me eat some of my son's game so I can bless you." Jacob put the food before him, and he ate, and he brought him wine, and he drank. His father Isaac said to him, "Come here and kiss me, my son." When he came close, he kissed him. When Isaac smelled the scent of Jacob's clothes, which were really Esau's clothes, he blessed him. "See, the scent of my son is just like the scent of the field that the Lord has blessed. May God give you showers from the sky, olive oil from the earth, plenty of grain and new wine. May the nations serve you. May people bow down to you. Be the most powerful man among your brothers, and may your mother's sons bow down to you. Those who curse you will be cursed, and those who bless you will be blessed." After Isaac finished blessing Jacob, and just as Jacob left his father Isaac, his brother Esau came back from the hunt. He too had made some delicious food and brought it to his father and said, "Let my father sit up and eat from his son's game, that you may bless me." His father Isaac said to him, "Who are you?" And he said, "I'm your son, your oldest son Esau." Esau was so shocked that he trembled violently. He said, "Who was the hunter just here with game? He brought me food, and I ate all of it before you came. I blessed him, and he will stay blessed." When Esau heard what his father said, he let out a loud, agonizing cry and wept bitterly. He said to his father, "Bless me too, my father." Isaac said, "Your brother has already come deceitfully and taken your blessing." Isaac said, "Isn't this why he's called Jacob? He's taken me twice now. He took my birthright, and now he's taken my blessing." He continued, "Haven't you saved a blessing for me?" Isaac replied to Esau, "You've already made him more powerful than you, and I've made all of your brothers his servants. I've made him strong with grain and wine. What can I do for you, my son?" Esau said to his father, "Do you really only have one blessing, father? Bless me too, my father." And Esau wept loudly. His father Isaac responded and said to him, "Now you will make a home far away from the olive groves of the earth, far away from the showers of the sky above. You will live by your sword. You will serve your brother. But when you grow restless, you will tear away his harness from your neck." Esau was furious at Jacob because his father had blessed him, and Esau said to himself, "When the period of mourning for the death of my father is over, I will kill my brother." Rebekah was told what her older son Esau was planning, so she summoned Jacob and said to him, "Esau, your brother, is planning revenge. He plans to hurt you. So now listen to me. Get up and escape to my brother Laban in Haran. Live with him for a short while until your brother's rage subsides, until your brother's anger at you goes away and he forgets what you did to him. Then I will send you and bring you back from here. Why should I suffer the loss of both of you on one day?" Rebekah then said to Isaac, "I really lost these little Hittite women. If Jacob marries one of the Hittite women, like the women of this land, why should I go on living?" So at this point, I want you to pause this video and watch the video on the website. And join me when you finish. So, let's roll the Wonder Cube. What is your favorite part of the story? I wonder, what would you like to change about the story? Who is your favorite character in this story? So we've been talking about blessings as our faith word. And a blessing is whatever good thing comes from God. So do you think everyone deserves a blessing? I wonder, do you think Jacob did a good thing? I wonder, how would you feel if you were Esau? I wonder, how do you react when you're angry or frustrated? I wonder, do you think Esau prayed when he got so angry at Jacob? I wonder, do you think Jacob prayed before he tricked Esau? Now, let's get our Wonder Box out and see what's inside. And I'm going to open it. And here it is. What is this? It's clay. So why do you think there is clay in the Wonder Box? Well, do you think it was okay to be angry like Esau was at Jacob? I think it was perfectly okay for Esau to be angry at Jacob. What's not okay is the way he reacted. It's okay to be mad, but it's not okay to hurt someone. God gives us ways to calm down when we're angry. And one is like this clay where you can pull it apart and you can smash it and you can throw it and take your anger out. Another way is to have a conversation with God and ask Him to help you with your feelings. Having a conversation with God is praying. And did you know you can pray whenever you need to? And it's always good to pray to God and thank Him for your blessings and to ask Him for help. So let's have a prayer together before we end. Dear God, thank you for our blessings. Thank you for the gift of prayer that we can always talk to you. Amen. So at this time, you can watch the video on the website, which is a story called When Sorrow Knocks at Your Door. I'll see you next week.